Welcome back to another painting. Today we're going to be painting something inspired by autumn. I have a square canvas board here. I also have my paint palette, a jar of water, a spray bottle. Then for colours I'm going to be making a brown, and for my brown I'm going to be using primary red, primary yellow and phthalo blue. I'll also be using burnt sienna, peach pink, titanium white, buff titanium, and to finish off I'm going to be adding some gold on the top as well. I'm going to have a higher ratio of red and a smaller ratio of yellow and blue, just because I want the brown to be quite warm and I don't want it to be very, and the blue you want to be careful, don't only put a tiny bit of blue because it really goes a long way. You can always add more red into that if we're not happy with the shade. And I'm going to get out the buff titanium. It's kind of like an off-white colour. It just blends in really nicely with browns, and I just thought it would go really well with this painting. Burnt sienna. This is the peach pink. And then the gold. We'll mostly be using that just to finish off. So beautiful, such a beautiful colour. And then of course some white. Okay, so we have all our colours now. Can grab a canvas, a long flat brush, a wide flat brush, a filbert brush and a dagger brush as well. Lightly spraying it. I'm going to grab my long flat brush to start off with first. Now I'm going to mix my brown. I'm going to just go in and mix all the colours together. There's far too much yellow in there. I'm going to have to put that yellow aside. And I'm going to add more red. Mix that in. Okay, and now we've got this really dark chocolate brown colour. The room I'm in today is quite hot. I'm just going to put these browns around here. As usual, I don't really plan what I'm doing, and I like to just move in more. I like to paint intuitively, as I just feel like it suits me better to paint this way. Okay, then I'm going to go straight in with my burnt sienna. I don't want the painting to be too dark, so I'm going to be very careful about where I'm putting my paint, because I do want to maintain quite a lot of lightness in today's painting. I want it to be soft and to really depict those beautiful different varying colours that you get in autumn. Then I'm going to go in with the peach pink. So with the lighter colours you can be a bit more liberal with it, because I do want more light colours than I do dark. But we can also go in at the end and add more lightness. So this is kind of just our first layer, and we can go back and correct anything we're doing later on. I'm going to get some of that buff titanium. I'm going to be putting it over here. Some there. Just kind of filling up those gaps. Kind of looks like a big splodgy mess right now. So I'm going to keep this nice and wet in order for us to be able to blend it. Then grabbing my dry wide flat brush, I'm going to begin by going in the areas where there's light colour, and this is just to slowly begin to brush out. You can always grab a cloth and remove any of that excess paint as you're brushing. And I'm going to start moving around. I'm going to start smoothing out colours, making sure I'm drying off my brush in between. So the colours are all kind of merging together. And we're going to go back over and add some brightness. This is kind of just the first step. Okay, now grabbing the long flat brush, I'm going to go back in and add all these light colours now that we want to be coming out. I'm going to grab some more of that buff titanium. And maybe even, oh, I've got white already, so I need some more peach pink. So I'm going to grab some more of that peach pink. And then I'm going to dot that over. Okay, so just adding some brightness over the top, and I'm gonna just want to highlight and also add some, add some burnt sienna. Okay, so now lightly I'm misting it just so I can blend the colours together. And then going just gonna lighten Now we kind of have that all blended. I'm going to start by going in with some leaves. So I'm going to grab some of that burnt sienna and some of the brown that we mixed, and I'm just going to start whilst it's still wet, because like this you can get a very nice blend with the colours underneath as well as with the colours over the top. So you're just grabbing multiple colours and going over that. So we're just doing the first set of leaves. I'm going to grab some more of my peach pink. And some more of the buff titanium. I'm going to go to the top. And then you can also add some lighter leaves towards this side as well. And I'm trying to leave some negative space, so not the entire space is full. This looks nicer when you in the end, because it gives off the effect of there being there aren't leaves in every space. So we kind of want to do less is more. Now I'm going to do these little flowers. So I'm going to grab my filbert brush and I'm going to kind of go for some more contrasting. I'm going to go for these tiny little flowers. So I'm mixing the burnt sienna and the brown. And just going to be popping them. You can also do them singular. As if they're just petals flying everywhere. Go for more burnt sienna. Less is more, so I don't want to overdo it. Now, grabbing my long flat brush, I'm going to do the same with, going to do some larger flowers. So I'm going to grab, and go for something. Try and do something a bit larger. So I'm grabbing the brown, the burnt sienna. I'm kind of doing these clustering 3 strokes together to kind of give off the effect. Okay, I don't want to do too much of those. Then going back with my dagger brush, I'm going to grab the burnt sienna and I'm going to kind of do these thinner strokes. Okay, and then I think we're going to go in with some gold, and we're going to go, using my dagger brush, I'm going to go over some of the leaves. So I don't want to add more to the canvas now, but we're going to go and embellish some of the leaves that we already have done and put gold on top of them. Don't have to cover the whole thing, just so we get speckles of gold throughout the painting. Okay, my only thing could be now, which is to add this kind of these little lines, just to kind of connect the flowers together. Take a little bit of burnt sienna into it as well, so it's not too bright, and a bit of water to not make the mix overly and just kind of add some imaginary vines going through the painting. Okay. Just remembering to keep the lines thin and not get too thick with them. If you enjoyed today's painting, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me what you're most excited for autumn, and I'll see you in the next video.